Hi all, welcome to the today's class. So today we'll discuss on the module 5 personal skills. So personal skills are those skills or abilities which you can use in wide range of activities both in and out of employment and that are not specific to the subject you have studied. So we will see what is personal skills. Personal skills are recognized as a soft skills which are not easy to teach, although not impossible. They are also known as interpersonal or even people skills. It's all about working with other people in a business setting. The term generally refers to an ability to get along with others while performing the job. So these are actually a characteristic traits like manners, attitude, courtesy, habits, behavior, and appearance, which help us to communicate and maintain relationship with others. This type of skills can be ability which are there in ourselves when we are born. Example, some people can dance beautifully without going any class. They are naturally born with that talent. Same way, every human being is blessed with a such kind of inbuilt talent. So some skills which is already there when we are born, that is something inbuilt skills. But some skills we will learn only through our experience. So in this chapter, we are learning about such skills. Okay, so you will see why these personal skills are important. This They are important because it helps employees to develop and foster strong working relationship with each other and with their clients. It contribute to increasing team and organizational productivity and also create an overall positive work environment. So let's see one by one what the personal skills. Okay, first one is a courtesy. Courtesy means it's being polite, kind, judicious, enthusiastic, and convincing. So this skill it increase a good relationship among different business organization. So courteous messages strengthen present relations and make new friends. Normally, these harsh words that should be avoided between the person because um, it will cause many troubles in the organization itself. So use always an expressions that shows respect. So courteous message is always takes its place in heart because it shows lot of respect and sincerity, promotes respect, build confidence, and increase mutual trust. I can give you some example for the courtesy. Is when you shake hands politely, when you meet someone and say please and thank you. So such words are like it is a few example for the courtesy. Now next is honesty. Honesty is a great trait for both in the workplace and out. If a person is honest, they will show more integrity in their role and be helpful to other staff. Although honesty is a generally an inherited trait, you can work on being honest around those in your professional and personal life. Reliability is essential to employee performance. It consists of the extent to which an individual or other entity may be counted on to do what is expected of him. For example, a reliable employee is one who shows up for work on time and is prepared to complete his work in a timely manner. Using reliable staff and reliable machinery is a good way to increase efficiency. Employees who are well trained will know how to get the job done as fast as possible and may be able to identify new ways of doing things to save even more time. The meaning of a reliability is the quality of being trustworthy or honesty or of performing consistently well. So reliability can be considered as a common denominator for a success. So those organizations having a strong culture of reliability across every aspect of the operation will be more likely to succeed over the long term. So a key aspect of achieving an organizational wide culture of reliability is to ensure that everyone in the organization feels a ownership for the assets. Now, next is adaptability. The meaning of adaptability is a capability to be modified for a new use or a purpose, or we can say it's a quality of being able to adjust the new conditions. So, adaptability skills are skill sets that encompass a person's ability to adjust to changes in their environment. So, being adaptable in your career can mean you are able to respond quickly to changing ideas, responsibilities, expectations, trends, strategies, and other process of work. For example, like interpersonal communication, creative thinking, and problem solving skills. So in all, these are the few skills where these adaptability skills are normally we can see. Now, next is dependability. Dependability means it's a quality of being honest and reliable. So this means that you can be upon to perform your duties properly. It means that you can be trusted to complete a job. It is the building and voluntary support of the policies and orders of the chain of command. Dependability is also means a consistently putting forth your best effort in an attempt to achieve the highest standard of performance. So we can improve dependability by forming the habit of being where you are supposed to be on time, by not making excuses, and by carrying out every task to the best of your ability, regardless of whether you like it or agree with it. Next is healthy habits. Healthy habits it is a behavior that is a beneficial to one's physical or mental health, often linked to a high level of discipline and self-control. So here are some examples for as a healthy habit, like a regular exercise, eating well, not using abusive substances. So these are considered as a healthy habits. So such habits that can help keep your physical, mental, and emotional health in a good state, and also it improve your overall well-being. Some benefits include that are some due to these healthy habits we have some benefits such as it has to maintain a healthy weight, improve our energy and immunity, it will reduce of any sort of diseases, and also it improve our longevity. Now next is a personal energy. Personal energy is the amount of willpower you have. It's the amount of effort you are capable of being giving within your mind and body to things, people, or challenges. It's the amount of physical and mental strength you have to do what your mind and body wants you to do. Personal energy management means it is about being aware of how much mental and physical energy you have throughout your day to do your planned activities. The personal energy means personal energy means it is your energy, your thoughts, emotions, and choices that will affect it. So the energies are not only need for you for a personal purposes, but you have some energy to energize others also. Your colleagues should be he must have a feeling of commitment to the towards the vision for the future. So for that you need to be motivated him, okay, to reach that person towards that vision. Now next is analytical ability. Analytical skills are kind of problem solving skill. They allow you to evaluate problems, both simple and complex. So these skills incorporate many skills like attention to detail, critical thinking ability, decision making, and researching skills in order to analyze a question or a problem and reach a solution. So this is a skills which include many other skills, which incorporate many other skills like we need to give more attention for detailed attention for that particular problem or a solution to reach a solution. We need a critical thinking ability, and also we should have an ability to take a decisions. Okay, so it is a combination of many other skills. So analytical skills, it is we can say it is a kind of a problem solving skills. So employees who is having this skill, he is able to help the company's problems and improve its overall productivity and success. Now next is personal integrity. Integrity means following your moral or ethical convictions and doing the right thing in all circumstances, even if no one is watching you. Having integrity means you are true to yourself and would do nothing that demeans or dishonors you. Integrity is a cornerstone of ethical behavior. People shows few behavior that show integrity. Being dependable and following through and commitments. Being open and honest when communicating with others. Holding yourself accountable and owing up to your shortcomings. Examples which shows integrity at workplace are show up ready to work, arrive at your workplace on time and ready to complete tasks, respect property. So these are the few examples which shows the integrity at a workplace. Now, next is motivational skills. We have studied about the motivational skills in the previous chapters also. I have given detailed note about this motivational skill also. So these skills can be defined as an actions or strategies that elicit a desired behavior or a response from a stakeholder. So these strategies and actions vary based on three major factors such as the motivator style, the target audience, the personality of the person the motivator seeks to influence. So the motivational so when we give a motivation also, so there are few strategies and actions which is based on these factors, like the person who is motivating you, the style, the person who the style of the person who is motivating you, and the target audience and the personality of the person who is going to seek who is going to be influenced by that motivator. So all these things will be vary. Now next is personal chemistry. Personal chemistry is a nothing. It makes a workplace teams more effective. It's a chemistry between the individuals. So the benefits of having a good chemistry at the workplace include increased productivity and also satisfaction in work teams. Chemistry maximizes the team effort, regardless of the apparent difference in skills, educational background, and personality. So the chemistry is a very important. So this is a independent of the skills or educational background or the personality of the both persons. Okay, so the chemistry is a vital part of any relationship and can revolutionize a workplace. Now, next is a common sense. Common sense is about practical intelligence. It's about your ability to see beyond the rules, structures, procedures, and apply practical intelligence to a situation. It might even be about knowing when to break small rules for the purpose of complying with bigger or more important rules and desired outcomes. Example for common sense include courtesy, dependability, cooperation. So these are the few skills we have just come across now. Next is grooming. Personal grooming is a form of hygiene. Proper grooming and a professional appearance are important to gain respect in the workplace. Grooming means the overall appearance of the person where he should give an impression or through his general appearance. Okay, so the way you look and carry yourself creates an impression on the people you work alongside. So both men and women should take care and look after themselves. So practicing a personal grooming result in a more healthy body as well as a result in looking better. So practicing personal grooming can also involve wearing fresh clothes, flossing teeth, and maintaining a clean body. So personal appearance is also very important. Now, next is self-confidence. Confidence allows you to speak concisely and with clarity. Professionals who communicate with the confidence can convey what they want to their clients and co-workers in a clear and efficient manner. Effective communication is a critically important for a career advancement. Confidence is believing in yourself, feeling comfortable in your true self, knowing you have worth. If you are confident, people believe you. Confidence is attractive, brings success, helps to connect well with others, and you generally feel happier. Now, next skill is self-effectiveness. It is the belief that one is capable of performing in a certain manner to attain certain goals. It is the measure of one's own competence to um, complete tasks and reach goals. According to Maura Kera, he defined self-effectiveness or self-efficacy. It implies a conscious awareness of one's ability to be effective, to control actions, and or to overcome. High level of self-efficacy enhances one's accomplishment. It helps one to remain calm when approaching challenging tasks. Building self-efficacy in multiple areas increases one's confidence. High efficacy increases one's willingness to experiment with the new ideas. So, in a previous question paper, I have seen they were asked about the difference between the self-confidence and self-effectiveness. Now, next is self-assessment or a rating. It is the ability to examine yourself to find out how much progress you have made. It is a skill that helps individuals monitor their own work or abilities, find out where their weakness and strength, and self-diagnose self-solution, relevant solutions. So self-assessment will examine, it helps to examine ourselves to find out our weakness and also strength and where we need to focus more to improve our weakness. Self-assessment makes you sure and confident about your capabilities. It enables the employee to assess himself, make corrections quickly, and improve on his abilities. Self-assessment provides direction for training. Once you know what your strengths and weaknesses are, you can choose the right tutor or training that best fits your career needs. Now, next is motivation for improvement. Motivation is the internal drive to accomplish a particular goal. In a work setting, motivation is what makes people want to do. So there are four elements which make up motivation. The first is personal drive to achieve. That is a desire to improve or to meet certain standards. Next is commitment to personal or a organizational goal. The third one is initiative, which defined as a readiness to act on opportunities. And the last one is optimism. It is the ability to keep going and pursue goals in the face of setbacks. This is also known as resilience. So these are the four elements that make up motivation. Now we will see the different methods for motivation. So teams are the way that most companies get important work done. When you combine the energy, knowledgeable, and skills of a motivated group of people, then you and your team can accomplish anything you set your minds to. So these are the few methods which will improve our motivation. First one is pay your people what they are worth. So we should give the person a we should pay. So next is methods for motivation. Teams are the way that most companies get important work done. When you combine the energy, knowledge, and skills of a motivated group of people, then you and your team can accomplish anything you set your minds to. So here are few methods to improve the motivation. First one is pay your people what they are worth. So we should give a salary according to the nature of the job or effort he is doing for the organizational goal. Next is provide them with a pleasant place to work. So work environment is also very important. We should ensure the safety of the employees and he is able to work calm and safe in the workplace. And we should offer some opportunity for the self-development. We should definitely give some chances for self-improving. Next is foster collaboration within the team. Foster collaboration means a participation. Your participation within the team. We should encourage happiness, don't punish failure, set clear goals, and don't micromanage and avoid useless meetings. So that's all. So that's all for today. So in this module, we have come across many personal skills which we need as a student, employer, or as an individual also. So here you need to focus more onto the exact meaning of each skill we studied today. So they may ask you in the form of one-word question or a small definitions like that. Details on the revision classes in our official groups. Okay. So please go through the portions well and make sure that all notes are with you. So I'm just winding up today's session. Okay, then we'll meet you soon. Thank you.